Welcome back everyone to Legend of Grimrock 2, episode 25 I think. We're still in the crystal mine entrance area. We've just unlocked a little platform here by pressing the switch. So we have access to one of these crystal shards of protection. When we pick this up though, we're going to spring a trap and get ambushed by a couple of fire elementals. So really, I pick this up, then drop it quite quickly. And before we do that, you want to cast a fire shield, one way or another. It's going to be quite hard inside here to actually kill the fire elementals and get experience. So we might just need to let them hit us and just survive. There's also one ice elemental. So either way, you shouldn't be dying here, as long as you've got a fire shield. So here we go. Oh, got him. Nice. That one hit us, but there's nothing we can do about that. But killing one of them is quite good work. If you wanted to here, we could just knock up a quick ice shield to cancel out the fire shield. But yeah, no real need to do that at this stage, the guys are quite weak. So I'm actually quite pleased I managed to kill one there. It can be difficult to kill any of them. So that was really just bonus XP. I didn't really expect to get anything. So in here, there's not much down here besides that crystal. I think we've got some fire bombs, or poison bombs here. We'll store those for later. Yeah, and that's all there is. So we head out, back to where we started. Ouch. And if you do get damaged by those fire elementals, you've always got the healing crystal outside again. So yeah, no real danger. So that's the bottom left area of the entrance dealt with. So let's go to the bottom right now, where I think it's the first genuine puzzle. Might as well close that behind us. Yeah, so last time we came in through the entrance down here, and we skipped this part. So now it's time to do it. So it's a puzzle called the Simulacrum. Also the name of a Philip K. Dick book, I think. One of my favourite authors. So the spiders to fight, but not until a bit later on. So it's in this room where we're next interested. So we need to go into this little area here and pull the switch at the back, or the lever. But we can't do that because the door's locked, and the switch to this door is in the back area over here, and all these force fields are in the way. Also, simultaneously, in this room, we have these 4 blocks scattered around. And what you have to realise is the position of the 4 blocks in this room represents the position of the 4 force fields in this room. So by moving these blocks, you also move these force fields. So we've got to manipulate these blocks in such a way to leave those force fields in the right position, so we can get access to the top right corner of the room. The first time we encountered this place, I actually didn't realise the 2 things were connected. It took me like an hour once I'd cleared out the rest of the area to realise I had to solve it some way, that I finally connected the 2. So the positions you want here, you want 3 cubes lined up in the top left corner. So that's those 2 in position. This one can join them. Then I believe you want this one in the corner here to be in the opposite corner. So we've got to shove it a few times this way. And if you mess up, you can always jab these buttons on the wall, wherever they are, to reset. Yeah, these things, it resets the position of the puzzle. So I think that's right, 3 in one corner, 1 in the other. And then once we've done all the lever pulling nonsense in here, this door will open, and there's a mine key at the back there. You can just see it on the pedestal, and it opens the door over here. So now the force field's gone in this room, so we can see the lever now. And if we go this way and push this, that door opens over there. Yeah, you can't get to these spiders yet. I think the only way to hurt them is with the poison cloud spell, which you need earth magic for. Then you can shoot them through the fence. So we head around, pull the lever. This door opens, and we have the mine key. Job done. So now we can head into the next area now up here, before we actually open this door. There's one last puzzle to solve. There could be some spiders loose now though, so we'll get some weapons ready. Yeah, I think there's some spiders in there, which come out later on, and spiders in there, which come out. And both of those open when you solve the next puzzle, which is through here. So it's another pressure puzzle. But first we've got some holes in the ground to explore here, so we'll get our rope and head on down. There's definitely spiders down here, so we might need to use these anti-venoms. So let's descend and try and hide in the corner. Oh. It's going dark as well, that doesn't help. The first thing we'll do is cast some light. And while we're here, we can kill these spider spawning things. Ouch, didn't charge that properly. So I think here they can only attack us one-on-one, so it'll do for a defensive position, I think. As long as I get a good freeze there. I'll take the fight to this guy to try and... And as we dropped down, we actually landed on a spider. You might have saw the explosion the second we dropped down. Alright, so let's get rid of these. Then once they're all dead, we can actually start picking up the loot. Ammo there, we don't need that. There was a gold key down there, we just saw it in the corner as I was fighting those spiders. I'll pick it up, but I don't really think we need another gold key. It's always nice to drop down and pick up these bonuses. You get some bonus items, bonus XP. And there's no point healing the poison just yet. We've got quite durable guys up front. A burrow rat shank. Jasmin can eat that. So another potion of resurrection. Yeah, my backline guys don't have one, so I'll drop it into the slot on the right there, where we always put the resurrection potion. In case of an emergency. Yeah, and here's the gold key. So we've got another 3 of them now. And we found it on this square here. So let's head out. So we're back where we started again. So we've got to throw something onto this pressure plate. All I've got is a fish. And we get baited by this fireball coming towards us. But if you just hold true, the teleporter comes on and throws you onto the square with the fish, which jumps you over the fireball. And if you run into the distance here, you'll see the island master. But then he dives away before you can do anything. Yes, what you need to do here is activate the pressure plate at the end, and that kind of receptacle shooty thing will fire out one of those magical bolts. It'll travel down here. Ideally, you'll be out of the way at this point, and it'll go into that little receiver at the end, and it'll cause those 2 doors to open. I don't think we're carrying any ranged weapons at the moment, so we might need to do a bit of fast clicking instead. Yeah, that's what we need to do here then. I think from about 4 squares away, let's do a test here. So let's try here. That might be too far. Yeah, it's 1 square away. So from here, I think you can throw something and it lands on that. So if we throw something there, we then got to turn around as we throw it and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares and sideways to avoid the bolt coming out of there. Let's try that. Oops. Bingo. Now we can get out of here, I think. Yeah, we've got to pick up this fish, I think. And that'll close the rest of those trapdoors, but the spider's loose now. So we kind of want to nuke them from range if possible. Whoops. I don't think we need to be too scared at this point, we've got tons of health. Kite them back 1 square, but whatever. It's like Oliver's injured his hand, might as well heal it. Doesn't matter a great deal. Could be one or two more running loose. Let's just have a look. No, looks like that's it. So as a reward, we get the crystal boots. So I think currently Nico's wearing 1 piece of the crystal set, which is all we've got. So I think he can also wear those crystal boots, which give plus 15 protection and plus 5 health. Oh, he's also got the gloves as well, so we've got 3 parts of the set. Then Oliver's wearing the mirror greaves, when I think these are going to be better. These just give pure armour. Then the mirror greaves can go to one of our backline team. Yeah, these leather boots are a bit duff right now. They only give protection plus 4, so we can get rid of those. Yeah, actually maybe protection could be better than the embalmer's ones. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. Yeah, and also in here on this pedestal we get a scroll of Meteor Storm. It's 5 points in fire, 3 points in air. It's the most damaging spell in the game. It fires like 5 bolts of fire. So if you know like the fireball spell, which is this, it's kind of like firing 4 or 5 of those at once. But we're never going to get 5 points in fire magic. Just checking there to make sure there was no spiders behind us. Right, so we can access this area now. So there's a whole bunch of spiders over there. So before we get to that, that's the way to progress, I think. But we can just have a sneaky peek into this room. So energy potion. I'll save that, actually. Then we get some more cannonballs for you shooty guys out there. The crossbow, no use to us, but it's 11 to 33 damage plus dexterity. So it might be good if you're into that kind of thing. And we'll save going across there for a bit later on. Oh, there's some spiders here who have come to meet us. I just blitzed myself there with an ice spell. Not a good idea. Although it didn't seem to do that much damage. Yeah, I guess Oliver took a big brunt of damage there, as he's got no cold resistance. Everyone else has got 48, 100 and 82. So yeah, that was a... Sorry Oliver, didn't mean that. Right, so yeah, so we're heading into this area now. Just gotta keep an eye out for more of these spiders. And we'll deal with them all first, then we'll come back. Nice. So we get a bit of food, may as well eat this now. More anti-venoms. And a torch. I'm not sure we need a torch for any kind of puzzle, but I'll keep it for now. Maybe I'm mistaken. Right, so where are we going here? Yeah, quite a bit of food around. So we've got a chest over here that we can get access to now. Yeah, here's a secret button which creates this kind of force field across the way. Mimic time. Oops. Misclick. And he drops the Meteor Gauntlets, another epic item. So let's just put the spade down for a second and do a comparison. Yeah, so the Meteor Gauntlets just give protection. The Bear Claw Gauntlets also give strength, which is good. But being on the front line, Oliver needs the protection. Now he has 3 pieces of the Meteor set. The chest, the legs and the hands. And I think these gauntlets can be given to Galden on the back row. Galden needs strength. The gloves he has at the moment, the rogue gloves, give protection. But being on the back row, he doesn't really need too much of that. I'll save the rogue gloves though. I won't chuck them just yet. I don't think there's anything else here. Not yet. So we can go across this bridge now into the middle area. So we've got a way down to the next level now. With the recipe. Yeah, it's telling you how to use these blue crystals, the crystal flowers. The most powerful potions contain the power of the crystals. But you can kind of work that out by experimenting a little bit. So we can see in the distance there, the power gem that we'll be collecting in a short while. But for now, we can head down to the next level. Now, there can be a little bit of an ambush down here. Some of those are squid dudes that blind you, and a few spiders can be around. So we'll just have a quick rest to get Jasmin's mana up. Get an ice ball ready, and we'll see what the position of the guys are. We might need to... Nice behind, that's a bit annoying. So we killed him there. It's quite hard to see what's going on. Sure, let's try a lightning ball. And there can be spiders in the distance as well, harassing you at the same time. Kind of depends a little bit, kind of how lucky or unlucky you are. But you can always run up the stairs there and rest. But that fight didn't go too badly. There you go, he's hit us there, but I'll take the hit. In order to capitalise on the freeze we got on him. I'll go back up the stairs here for a quick rest. I think it was worth taking the deliberate hit there. The freeze was too good to turn down. It was like 4 free hits once I got in. Now some spiders over here. Yeah, so here's the door we're going to unlock a little bit later on. That won't be in this episode though. Oh yeah, there's the spider in the distance. Oh, at least 1 or 2 of them. So here's your second chance in the game to get the rope. If you never used the gold key at the start like I did, you have to wait till now. So I'm glad I unlocked it quite early on. So the next thing to do is to open this door here. But we have to open it via kind of a roundabout, sneaky way. Let's just have a look. Yeah, this door here, from the other side of the stairs, I think we opened this from the other direction. I think once we've come around here, we kind of loop around a little bit and come this way. So there's nothing you can do about that yet. But the area down here, it leads you to another crystal flower, but also it shows you this pressure plate in the distance, or it kind of does, if you can see it there. You have to land, actually, use this torch. If you throw it across, the door opens. That's the only way to open it. So you need to be quite eagle-eyed to spot that one. So we can just loop around now and go straight through. And then to open the next door, you've then got to take the item off the pressure plate that you placed on it. Got some throwing axes there, we don't need those. So I'll pick this up and put it down there. Now there's some spiders around here, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Damn. Quite expensive misses there. So there's nothing else in this room yet, but you can kind of see a purple, kind of reddish glow behind the wall. It's a fake wall in front of us, which is going to open up in a little bit and release another ambush. But we'll be ready for that when it happens. So in the meantime, we get a bear pelt. So it's a vitality and cold resistance. Well, we know Oliver doesn't have any cold resistance. He got leathered earlier. But protection +5. Or vitality +2 and cold resist. I mean, apart from blowing myself up, there's not too much cold damage flying around. So I don't think Oliver needs it. Evasion's quite good on Nico, being a frontliner. Yeah, Galden's got to have that for the bonus energy. And Jasmin likes the energy regen as well. So yeah, the bear pelt, I'll keep it while I can manage the inventory space. Maybe I'll appreciate the ice resistance later on. Then we got another key here to pick up. So let's do that and spring the ambush I mentioned earlier. So Jasmin's getting a bit low on food, we'll deal with that first. Right. So ideally we can kind of trap these guys as they're coming out. Could see enough there to blow him up. And there's one last spider to deal with. Seems to go dark very quickly in here. I'm not sure if that's just my wrong impression, but the light seems to go out very quickly compared to other areas. More food. Let's transfer it to this sack. Then we can get rid of the empty one. Then we put the item back on the pressure plate to reopen this door. Right, what's next? Yeah, we've got a secret button to press here. It's on this wall. So where we came in the stairs, you just bend around the corner, just near where you put the mine key we've just got. I think this leads to a pretty good necklace that we're going to be wearing. More throwing axes. I think these are the best throwing items in the game. To make full use of these, I recommend you have a Minotaur in the back line with the throwing skill. With the strength bonuses you get from Minotaurs, you can do an absolute ton of damage with these throwing axes, way before any enemies get close to you. But given I already had Galden in the back line as my strength character, there was no room for one of those in this kind of setup. But I totally recommend having a Minotaur back line with the throwing skill. So good. Actually, does Oliver need the crystal shield here? It gives immunity to petrify condition. We had that on especially for the pyramid of Umas. It might be worth switching back to the shield of the elements now that we're in here. Yeah, that'll do. That's a good little switch. So the crystal amulet, here it is. So the wearer gains immunity to poison, disease, paralysis, slow, blindness and petrify. So that's a lot of immunities. So if you compare it to his current one, he's wearing the XP necklace at the moment. And the XP one's kind of nice just to get that one extra level, but it's not really vital on Oliver. He just needs 5 points in each of these. Or maybe even 4 points in armour. I'm not sure what I'll do with his next point. But yeah, the XP necklace, not really needed. So I'll switch that out, which gives him the immunity to all those conditions that he'll be infected to, or exposed to on the front line. And the XP necklace, I'll just keep it lying around for now. Okay, and since we picked up the item, yeah, we've sprang the ambush. One of those spiders must have walked through the teleporter there. Damn. The fireball must have triggered there before my turn command triggered as it went flying straight forward. I must have just been a split second too quick. And this is the room the spiders were waiting in. Just wanted to make sure there. I thought I could hear something behind me. The directional sound in this game is really useful. Okay, I'll assume we're alone now. So yeah, we use the key to head through here. There's like a few pressure kind of trapdoor puzzles coming up. Not really pressure plate puzzles. It involves like a few sort of quick movements, pulling switches, dodging trapdoors. But we'll cut the episode here. I think we're making good progress. We've almost uncovered most of this map now, and the lower level is quite simple. And it's in the lower level where we'll get the chance to forge our meteorite into one of the best two-handed strength weapons in the game. So I'm looking forward to that. But thank you for watching, guys. Tune in for the next episode. I'll see you soon.